Hey guys, it's Jan, so welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to show you my summer foundation routine. I have absolutely nothing on my face with the exception of moisturizer, and that's it. So no primer, concealer, foundation whatsoever. But I have a few products here, and I just want to show you what I use. So my moisturizer was my Aveeno Positively Radiant, which is a really great moisturizer. I have more intensive moisturizers, but I do switch off because using an intensive moisturizer every day tends to be a little too much for my skin. What I'm using now is my Carez Anti-Aging Primer that I got at Sephora. I can't really tell you if this was in a kit or not, to tell you the truth, but I do know I really am a big fan, I put it on my lips, of the Carez products. It started with the lip butter, and now I find, a little bit more on, that I really like a lot of their products. And I'm doing this on my iPhone because I'm currently uploading, I put a lot on my lips, only because they're dry right now. I'm currently uploading my summer favorites on my camcorder, which is why I tend to choose my iPhone, I'll be honest with you, because it takes forever to upload on my camcorder. It's just annoyingly slow. So that was my Carez, and that was my anti-aging primer, I think it's called. Yeah. Okay, so that's what that is. Now, I've already dampened my Beauty Blender. I'm a very big fan of this. I think this just really gives a flawless application. While this dries out just a little bit, I'm using my Giorgio Master Corrector. I know there's two colors. It's the darker of the two, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm almost nearing the end of this. Would I buy it again? I gotta be very honest with you. If I have the other one here handy, I do. I think I do. I'm not sure. The Benefit Erase Paste, I think, would do just the same job. Is that it? No. Benefit Erase Paste is still a salmon-colored corrector as this, and I don't know if I'm going to repurchase this, but I'm going to use it for the sake of this video because it's what I've been using. And I'm going to just blend in even though I have eye makeup on, I'm going to blend it into the corners because that's where a lot of my darkness is. It does a good job. Okay. Okay, great. So now I'm using MAC Face and Body, which I've been using for about a week now, and I really like it because it's super light, it's liquidy, it's perfect. You can build the foundation, and this is an N3. So I shook it up. I really do like this. And I'm putting it on my hand. Like I said, you can watch it run. It's very liquidy. I'm going to dab that in. It's pretty much off my hand. It's on the brush. And I blend all over, taking care to watch the eyebrows that are already done and my hair. I don't really want to get into my hair. I washed my hair last night and I really don't want to have that residue built up around my hairline. But I am going to just move in just slightly. So if you've just tapped on your computer twice, you now have, a very enlarged version of me right now at this moment. I do put it on my lips, and I like to use this. And I go into this part here. This is the one thing, it's a pet peeve of mine. Despite the fact that I have earrings on, maybe I should go in with this part here, but I do like to blend right here to this very part and even into my ear because I feel quite often people do forget that that is part of your face that you need to do. Really start pressing in now on the lips, on the forehead, into the hairline. It's really quite hard to see with the iPhone, but I gotta be very honest with you, I can probably do this in the dark. I've been doing it, I won't even tell you, for the better part of how many years. Like I said, the Beauty Blender really is a fabulous tool. I don't know about the dupes to the Beauty Blender. I really can't attest to that. I only used a Beauty Blender. In the past, of course, before all the sponges and the tools became very important in using with foundation, we all used our fingers, or at best we used the wedges that you got in the stores. But, you know, now we have a zillion foundation brushes, from anything like the F80, which is probably, next to this, my favorite. And then we have the regular foundation brushes, which, like this MAC one, which, like, let's see, this one here from, this one is from, what is this one from? Oh, goodness gracious, I just got this recently. I can't remember the brand of that. This is a really good one from Essence. You know, I mean, there's so many of them. The stippling brushes. My all-time favorite happens to be probably the F80, but I do love this as well. So, you know, I alternate depending on the look I want. But definitely I would say this gives you a little bit more of a more, I don't know. I don't know if people would disagree with me. A smoother finish? I'm not sure. But definitely a more flawless, because it's a sponge. You know, just picture a brush versus a sponge. It's going to give you a little bit more of a flawless application. With the sponge, you have to, with the brush rather, you have to buff in incredibly more than you do with this. This is just making sure that you really press into the skin. And I'm a very big admirer of pressing into the skin as opposed to brushing into the skin. Something about brushing reminds me of streaks. Something about pressing reminds me of flawless. If that makes any sense. After years of doing this, I think I know what works best for me. It might work differently from you. Everything on my videos are always from Jan's perspective, not anyone else's. I can only speak for myself, so just keep that in mind. Okay, bringing it down to the neck, where I'm considerably darker down at the lower portion. That will change with my bronzer later on. But now, foundation's done. I usually let it rest for a bit. What I like to do, if I want a lot more coverage, because the MAC face and body is more light coverage, what I will do is take my Laura Mercier, and it is in natural beige, and just dip very little. It's actually got the perfect amount because there was a little residue left over. You can see it's right there from when I closed it last time, and what was captured in the top portion of the area was still there. And I used my Sephora 55 airbrush from Sephora, and I tap it off. Used to be blow, but I still do that as well. You can see how much that came off. And I just go in and I work it into my skin, work it into my ears, down to my neck right here, and start bringing it down. It's so important to make sure you don't have lines of demarcation into your ear. I could care less what my earrings look like. I can always take them out and wash them. And you can see it's just a nice, flawless application. I can always go over my brows if they pick up any powder with my brow gel, and I'm certainly going to spray at the end with some sort of makeup setting spray. I'm going to look beyond my phone into my larger mirror where I do my makeup and just make sure it's flawless. Buffing equals flawless. Just keep that in mind. And sometimes you can overblend eyeshadow, but I don't think you can ever overblend the foundation. You don't want to look like you're wearing a mask. Okay, that being done, I'm going to let it sit for a second. Take whatever makeup setting spray I have. I'm using this because I want to save on my Urban Decay. I still have yet to get a big bottle. Let it sit for a second, which it has, and then just spray. Good spray. And just let it be for just a minute. While that's setting, just put my brushes back, all my stuff back. Blending brush needs to be, blending sponge rather, beauty blender sponge rather, needs to be moved and cleaned. Everything needs to be put away. Okay, taking my concealer, and what I love to use is my airbrush Clinique airbrush concealer in 01 Fair. Name is rubbed off, but I'm almost positive here. 01 Fair, I don't know if you can see that. And just twist up once or twice. Taking my beauty blender and just dabbing that in. You can use your fingers, but I like the pointed part of this, and just blending in right into the eye, around the nose slightly. If I have a lot dispensed out from when I pressed it, put it to the top of my Cupid's bow, bring it down to my mouth area, just to make sure that I have that coverage. Taking my Benefits Well Rested powder, which I love, I'm a huge fan. A little bit of this. I have a certain brush that I use. I got it from a Costco set, the Borghese set, and does it say what it is? It is the Powder Fluff brush in number 200. So it looks like that. It's like the perfect size. And picking up my well-rested concealer and just going in and lightening, and I could see it above the phone, to my mirror, how that looks, and bringing it to the sides of my nose, even sometimes down my nose and up my between my eyebrows, so that looks, I think you can see this, hopefully you can, it's nice and smooth. It's certainly lighter. I can see it between here and there. It's certainly lighter. And just making sure that you blend, you know, with your brush around the eyes, so you're not just like that raccoon look under your eyes. In between your eyes here, where I have, you know, some fine lines, and just making sure that everything is just good. And what I like to do with this is I like to take my setting spray one more time and just spray one more time, and then just follow up with a blush or a bronzer or anything like that. That is my foundation routine that I've been relying on for the summer. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks guys. Bye.